Hi, if you're wondering how to edit a book, I'm not the expert, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay. And I'd like to share that with you. People who are following me and are looking forward to the book and stuff. I'm writing a book called Change My Mind, which is about my journey from stress to rest, from a dysfunctional family and being traumatized by that, my father's alcoholism and stuff, to becoming a Christian at the age of 9, to going through school and like losing myself and because of a bad self-image, and then finally coming back to my calling to do music and to do art. And I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity to do this book, because I know that it's going to encourage a lot of people who think that their calling is lost. Because I mean, I was in a desert for 40 years, uh, until I came back into my calling, and then God was just, it's been blessing it so much. So let me get into the editing stage. Let, just to tell you what happened before, is like writing the book has been taken years to do, and in different stages and stuff. And that's a chapter for itself. But once the book is pretty much written, then what I did is I sent it to my editor, and she's in the United States. It's my sister, but she's a professional. Anyway, so I sent it to her. Thank you, Wendy. And she looked at it. We had a lot of trouble with the files because I'm working in the Mac environment, and she is working in the Word environment, as most people who write do. And so I finally could send her a file as a rich text file, RTF file. Because if you're in a Mac and you want to send it to your editor, they need to read it in Word. And RTF is one, ODT or RTF is one of those good files that you could use. So you'll have to test like which one of those works. And then, uh, so it was the rich text file. All my illustrations didn't come because it's just text. So she can't really see how their final book is going to look out. But what she was supposed to do is just read through it the first time, see if it made sense, if there's anything that should be corrected, in the story of the whole thing. But she really didn't have all that many comments about that. The main thing was, because she thought the writing was good, but the main thing was the em dashes or hyphens, em dashes. It was something I wasn't even aware of. So she's like, all throughout the book, you're using hyphens instead of em dashes. Hyphens are those short little minus signs, and an em dash is that long one. And I needed to learn when to use the one and when to use the other. So all throughout the book, I had to really fix the em dashes. Another thing was, some just small things that this doesn't really, I don't understand this, or maybe you lost me here. But mostly she didn't say much. And then she sent it back. I looked at it in a LibreOffice, which you can download for free. And there I can see all of her comments. And then I opened up my file in Pages, and where I had originally written it, and then I fixed all those things that she told me to do. And while I was doing it, I was like, well, I really would like to add this and I'd like to change that. So I started rewriting certain parts of it, which is okay, um, if you just tell them in the next editing round. Anyway, but it wasn't all that much stuff. But then I went through things like this. You can't believe this. Should, this is Christian literature, should the letter H be in the word he, him, himself, he's, so on, when referring to God, Jesus, be capitalized? No, say most people. I thought, well, you have to respect God, so it should be a big H. But no, what I had to do is like search on the internet what is standard for how do people usually write this. The word scripture, small case, unless it directly is the Bible. So in mine, it was always the Bible, so I had to take all the small s's and make them big. There were other words that I wasn't really sure whether it should be uh, uppercase or lowercase. That was one thing. And then after I wrote this, you say the second draft, with the additions and stuff like that, I had to read through all of those sections out loud, because that's a really good check to make sure that the story sounds like it should sound, and to make sure that um, you're not missing a word or you had too many words. And because I was using a dictation software, sometimes it puts in a little, you hear the birds? Sometimes it puts in a punctuation marks that shouldn't be there, or you'll end up with like an extra space. So those things I had to work on. So while I was doing this, I also sought money from the Swedish State Church. They have a culture grant that they give out every year, and because this is really going to be expensive, I looked at ChatGPT about how much it costs to publish and promote a book. I have to buy Vellum software, which is what you use to format it. I'm learning how to use that by watching videos before I even have it. I have to do illustrations on the book. I'm an artist, but I did a whole bunch of AI prompted pop art ones to use as kind of like just an idea. And now I'm going to draw it myself. Or I may change those pictures completely. I haven't made up my mind about that yet. So there's a lot of things going on. Also learning how to, I also applied to Amazon KDP and to create an artist account and or a author account. Sorry, and I have like Swedish and English in my head all the time, so I have to really think of this is English. This is English. Yeah, excuse me. And I'm going to be buying an iPad so that I can do all the illustrations and do the editing work even while I'm at the library or whatever. So there's crazy stuff going on. It's like all over the place. And then when I went to KDP and I was there, then I have to tell them I'm an American living in Sweden, so I have to pay double taxes. It's like, I'm telling you, the thing that saves me every day from losing it is simply having a quiet time with Jesus every evening. It's like, and worship. It's just like I have to clean my mind. I didn't do that yesterday really well. So when I got up this morning, it was all buzzing around in me, and I had to take that time with Jesus in the morning, and now I feel okay. So the next step with this editing process is to read through the last couple of parts of it where I have changed things out loud. And if I have this feeling in the back of my head that this chapter is a bit too long, I may just squish it a little bit and then reread it again. So editing, so when you say like this writing process is gruesome because I'm not doing it in AI. I'm doing it all by myself. I'm thinking these things through. It's a personal story. I'm leaving my story out there for the world. It's very vulnerable. And you want it to be perfect, that there's no grammar stuff that's keeping people from being able to receive what you're saying. You want it to be in good order and stuff. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now with the Change My Mind book, my journey from stress to rest through God's unconditional love. And I don't know when it's coming up, but I'm doing everything I can to get it out there. So now have a great day and enjoy and follow me, subscribe, and tell me what you think and what questions you have about writing a book, because I really want to know what you wonder about so I can do better videos. God bless.